down to our last topic. All right. This is for my Biden lovers, my Biden supporters, my, go down with the ship guys. This is for them. Okay. So this is from Al Jazeera article. FBI informant charged with lying about Biden ties to Ukrainian firm. Okay. And I'll just read from there and then Chris's take on it. Right. It's not a long article at all. It's about a couple paragraphs. A former FBI informant has been charged with lying about United States President Joe Biden and his son Hunter's ties to Ukrainian energy firm. David Weiss, with the special counsel leading a criminal probe into Hunter Biden, said on Thursday that a grand jury had indicted Alexander Smirnov on charges of making a false statement and creating a false and fictitious record. Weiss and Smirnov, 43, was arrested at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, Nevada, after returning to the U.S. from abroad. If convicted, Smirnov could face up to 25 years in prison, despite repeated admonishments that he must provide truthful information to the FBI and that he must not fabricate evidence. The defendant provided false, derogatory information about the Bidens. Prosecutors said in the indictment filed in the federal court. Smirnov claimed that Hunter Biden, who sat on the board of Kiev-based Burisma, used his father's name. Burisma. Used his father's name to solicit millions of dollars in bribes from the company. Smirnov told the FBI that Burisma executives had said they hired Hunter Biden to protect us, in quote, through his dad, from all kinds of problems, and that they paid Hunter and Joe Biden $5 million each in 2015 or 2016, according to the indictment. Republicans seized on Smirnov's claim to accuse the Biden family of corruption and justify a U.S. House Representatives inquiry into the president's impeachment. The then House Speaker Kevin McCarthy cited bribery allegations made by a trusted FBI informant when he announced the impeachment inquiry into Biden last year. Hunter Biden's lawyer, Abe Lau, said the indictment vindicated months of warnings that Republicans were engaging in conspiracy theories fueled by people with political agendas. We were right, and the air is out of the balloon, said Lau. Hunter Biden, who was last year charged with tax evasion and firearms-related charges, sat on the board of Burisma from 2014 to 2019. During some of that time, Joe Biden was vice president under former President Barack Obama. So how you feel about that?
I feel like the article said, well, from what I recall from the article, it's kind of vindication for Hunter and Joe Biden, the person that started and fueled these allegations has been found to have lied. Bottom line. So all the efforts as far as getting Joe Biden impeached based on potential bribes accepted are pretty much baseless at this point, unless there is evidence out there aside from what this gentleman, Mr. Smirnov, presented, and he was the one who introduced this information. Then it pretty much shows that, the impeachment inquiry really is baseless. Like, there isn't anything there at this point. They don't have anything there to show that there was bribes accepted. This gentleman has been found to have provided false documentation reflecting that there was a bribery accepted. And so the narrative that the Biden family is crooked in some way, shape, or form is pretty much, in my eyes, like unfounded. It was a fabricated story. It was a fabricated narrative. Now this gentleman is going to be brought up on charges for his fabrications, as he should be. And so, if there's more there, hopefully it gets uncovered, and so that way, if there's legitimacy to having an impeachment inquiry, and if there's evidence of high crimes committed by the president or by those associated with the president, then obviously there should be repercussions. But just specifically with this situation, as far as there being allegations about bribes being accepted. When your number one witness, when your star witness, when your star informant who brought this information to you is found to have lied about this information,
Right.
then it's kind of like you got to throw it out because your case is weak
Yeah.
at this point. You wouldn't put him on the stand as a credible witness to say this, and that happened because he's charged for lying. So,
Yeah.
it's a I don't know if it's the end of the story per se, because obviously I think that those in the Republican Party that have their interests set in impeachment are probably still going to keep looking to find any potential wrongdoing. But when it comes to those particular allegations, um, it has to be said loudly to me. It has to be said just as loudly as it was said that there was corruption, that this was a lie. Because at
Right.
the end of the day, I think Joe Biden and Hunter Biden have played it pretty well. Like they haven't really spoken too much on it publicly,
Nope.
or addressed it or entertained it publicly because I'm sure they knew that this day would come at some point. And so I think, for those who have, ran to the hilltops to scream this should probably be doing the same in terms of the innocence that's been
Right.
at least that's been found thus far.
Yeah. Now I agree with you. I think now we can let this kind of die and let it go away because there's more pressing matters that we have to attend to instead of worrying about whether or not Biden took money or his son used money and used his father's name, whatever. Now we have evidence that shows it's not. Then we have to let's focus on other things. Okay, so you're not tied to Ukraine. Great, that's out the window. Why are we still giving money to them? We need to focus on other important things. Why are we allowing so many people to come in this country? We need to focus on other things. Why does it cost $23 to buy ground beef? We need to focus on things that matter because that's important stuff, right? So I was happy to bring this article up because, like you said, we have had comments in the past saying this is a Republican platform, black conservative, blah blah blah. Yeah, I am a black conservative. Yeah, I consider myself one. But at the end of the day, I am an open-minded individual. I'm not a one-minded track dude. So I tried to bring this article up to bring positives into, okay, this story is dead now. Let's not talk about it no more. So I don't care about the Joe Biden and Russia and Ukrainian ties no more. They're non-existent now. They don't exist. Somebody lied about it. So it's not credible. Even if they bring it up again, it's not credible. You can't bring it up again. It's done. It's dead. He's already been found charged for lying. He's done. Like you said, it's over and done with. So I think, like you said, if there's more evidence into something else Biden may have done, great, bring it ahead. But anything that ties him with Ukraine, I don't want to hear it anymore because it's dead, it's over, it's non-existent. And this is from Al Jazeera. This is not even a United States platform. This is from Al Jazeera. This is not a United States paper. It's not an American paper. Not an American thing. So this is a non-biased article. And this has nothing to do with anything. Um, and I tried to bring something that was non-biased because it's not Fox, it's not NBC, it's not
Yeah, it's not.
MSNBC.
It's not
It's a
leaning one way or
very
the other.
non-biased article. They might be. I mean, this is a Arabic company, so they might be a little bit biased when it comes to ties in Israel and Palestine. But that's another story for another day. We're talking about this. So
And I think
I
President
think,
Biden has been a little bit more active lately too with trying to speak up on certain things. I know he responded to Donald Trump's rhetoric towards Putin and Russia and
yeah,
NATO. So I think that Biden is trying to get out there. I think he realizes that campaign season is starting soon. He knows I'm pretty sure he knows who his opponent is going to be, and so he's
he,
out there
he,
trying to address these things.
my only issue with Biden is sometimes I don't think he's cognizant of what's going on.
In
What
what
people are
sense?
being. What do you mean in what sense, bro? You haven't seen the clips of him just talking and rambling? You never seen clips of that?
I listened to one of his speeches that he gave the other day condemning Donald Trump's rhetoric about supporting Putin, but I haven't seen much else.
Okay, so that maybe they must have started giving him stuff for his brain, because I'm gonna keep it a bean. I haven't heard
I think
one
he even
speech.
defended his memory recently too. Like he
Oh,
spoke on that as well.
yeah, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But I will say I did see a retort from Putin about the Tucker Carlson interview. If we can dive in that just a little bit,
Yeah, for sure.
about him getting interviewed by Tucker Carlson. He said, he thought he was going to get hit with harder questions. He thought it was going to be more tough, a lot tougher.
Come on,
That's what
man.
Putin said. Anybody going to say that after the interview looked like it's in your favor? Oh,
Yo,
I
when
thought
it
I was
comes
going to get
down
hit.
to these politicians, when they do interviews, they make sure that the questions that are going to be asked get sent to them before they even show
Oh
up.
yeah, I believe that
So
100%.
all that you expected tougher questions, you knew exactly what the questions was going to be when you
Right.
walked into that interview because your publicist made sure that they got a list of those questions before you even
Oh
got
yeah,
there, man.
100%.
I don't want to hear that.
And they got to remember
We wanted
they
tougher questions. Remember, me
yeah.
and you, we wanted
Yeah,
tougher questions, but
we wanted to hear it, but remember, he was in Russia doing it. He wasn't in nowhere. He was in Putin's land. So I can only imagine you say the wrong thing, not, something don't happen to you. But
straight
the
up.
point I was trying to get to was, um, Putin said another remark. He said, I'd rather have Biden as the president because it's better for Russia.
Hmm.
Now, if that doesn't tell you a lot, I don't know what it does. Because that tells me, and I remember we talked about last time, Putin made a remark when he did the interview. He said it really doesn't matter who the president is. It matters of what the elites want. I get that, but he still doesn't. He still wants Biden as president because it's good for him. It's better for him because of the predictability of him, the
Hmm.
predictability of him, the understanding of him, his years in politics. He kind of knows how to move with that person. Somebody like a Vivek or like a Donald Trump or maybe even I don't even know these guys, or like a Ron DeSantis. If they were still
Nikki
running,
Haley.
Nikki Haley, they'd probably give him a little bit more of a pushback. Nikki Haley would probably be the first one to say, "Let's go to war to Russia." She loves war. She loves war.
Mhm.
She's very much in love with war. But I just think that kind of says a lot with Putin and Biden's relationship because I think for him, I don't know, and I know he's not going to say it, but he making it seem like Biden's an easy mark from how I'm getting it because you're saying, yeah, Biden's good for us. I don't care, even with the United States sanctions because they still sanction from the United States. The United States sanctions them, so they
Mhm.
can't. There's no United States products over there anymore. Like there
Mhm.
used to be a lot of United States products, McDonald's, Starbucks, all these different restaurants. When United States sanctioned them, all that shit went away. The restaurants are still there, but they're not American companies no more. They're like Russian companies now.
Right.
So yeah, so even with the sanctions, he's still like, I still want Biden. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Nah,
That's
nah.
insane.
Biden's rhetoric is being as tough on Russia as possible. So there's like a disconnect between the United States and Russia clearly. Um, because Putin in his interview with Tucker Carlson really sounded open to the possibility of a relationship with the United States.
Yeah, yeah.
And President Biden, for the things that I've heard, doesn't really sound or doesn't really have the idea in mind of wanting to
No,
work with Russia, wanting to be in cahoots or in an alliance with Russia.
and I think why is because it's still that Cold War mentality. Like we're still in the 80s and 90s of like Russia's the enemy, Russia's the enemy, Russia's the enemy.
Right.
When it's like, we still got other people we got to worry about. You want to worry about Russia, Russia, Russia. And I think if it came to a point in time where we got better relationship with Russia, that means NATO's not a thing no more. NATO was created because of that. NATO was created because of an alliance. If we're good with Russia, what do we need NATO for now? NATO's non-existent. NATO's non-existent because if Russia's allies with the United States, they're not going to attack any other allies that are with the United States. They're not going to invade Germany or France or anybody else. They're all
Right.
allies with the United States.
Right.
So if Russia and the United States become cool, NATO is non-existent. That's a whole non-governmental organization out of the woodworks. It's gone. That creates a big disparaging thing right there.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else, brother? That's our three topics, man. That's our three
Nah, I
three things.
mean, I got nothing else. Listen, Day just passed, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I hope everybody got to get with their loved ones and
Yeah.
enjoy their Valentine's Day. How was your Valentine's Day, by the way?
My Valentine's Day was okay, man. I mean, Valentine's Day is a lot different now with children involved. Um, it's just we just don't have time to really be all romantical. You know what I mean? Like back in the day. So,
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
I think next year we'll probably do a little bit better planning on to get time to ourselves. But it
For
was okay.
sure.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Word. Well, to the listeners, definitely hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. Um, stay locked in with us. As you see, we still coming with
Absolutely.
fresh content. Football season is over, y'all, so it might not be as much football talk um as we've been given over the past few episodes, but we'll still find a way to include sports into
It
our
be yeah.
episodes.
It's gonna be a lot of wrestling talk coming up.
we're
It's gonna
going
be
we're going to talk
it's
a
gonna be a
lot
lot
of
of
wrestling.
wrestling. A
You
lot of
know what I
wrestling.
mean? So, listen, we appreciate the support as always. Make sure you like,
Absolutely.
comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you get notified
Absolutely.
every single time we drop. Like I mentioned to everybody, the clips are coming out as well. So if you don't have the time to digest the full hour of the episode, you're more than welcome to watch some of the clips that we put out because we want to make sure that all the information gets out there to everybody as much as we can. So that's all I got. Appreciate the listeners. Thank you again. This has been another amazing episode. Me and my
Facts.
brother. We out of here, y'all.
Peace. Peace. Peace.